Well, the Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania Mission spans about the west two-thirds of Pennsylvania. It's got a little bit of New York by Erie, Pennsylvania, a little bit of Ohio and West Virginia. There are a bunch of stakes. There's some small branches there too. I remember there being mostly English and Spanish speaking, but in State College they had students from all over the place, and there seemed to be a lot of Chinese there. Temple Square sisters would come and they would teach there, and they would be able to teach in Spanish, in Chinese. In the smallest branch I was at, we had like 20 to 30 people normally. That was just a small branch, and sometimes we got almost 50 people there. In some of the wards I was in, it seemed predominantly there was like 120 or a little bit more than that. But then there were some larger wards I went to as well. It seemed in most areas I was in that there were a lot of Presbyterian and Methodists. There was actually several of those that we were able to work with and talk to and have good conversations, make friends, and teach some of their families. It seemed like there was a good mix. I know in a lot of places, though, there were a lot of abandoned churches where churches were getting closed down because there weren't enough people going to them anymore. At least that wasn't the case with us. But it seemed like that was how it worked with everyone else. Those two seemed to be the major ones. But then there was pretty much every other one that I can think of. I only talked to one Jew, but yeah. I think the major obstacle for most people would have been quitting smoking, because most everyone smoked there. A lot of people we taught, they had a program, like a 15-step quit smoking program, and if people were willing to follow it, it worked really good. I think there was 3 temples that they mainly went to. There was the Columbus, Ohio temple, the Palmyra, New York temple, and the Washington, D.C. temple. The Philadelphia temple is almost finished, and that will be added to it. In 2 of my areas, I served right next to Susquehanna River, and that was awesome, just knowing some of the history with that. I remember in my 3rd area, serving in Zelienople, they have right connected with Zelienople a little town called Harmony. And we went there, and they have in this museum a little picture of Joseph Smith, and it says, "Not this Harmony." They just dedicated the Susquehanna River site where Joseph Smith was baptized. I don't remember if that was in the mission or not. We'd get visa waiters from different areas. I remember one of my companions spoke Portuguese, but he didn't really use it at all while he was out there just practicing it. My first area was Johnstown. Then I went to McConnellsburg, and that's where they had the small branch. Then I went to Cranberry, that's where Zelienople is at. Then I went to New Bloomfield and Lewisburg, which are both on the Susquehanna.